I'm Amelie and welcome once again to my channel. Today I'm going to be watching episode 5 of Guardian and I am loving this show. I am enjoying it so much. To me, it's not so much that I'm enjoying like the cases that they're working or even the general plot of the story of the general, just the general story, which I'm interested, but I haven't been caught into it. Hasn't attracted my attention completely just yet. To me, what makes this show is completely the cast and the characters. I absolutely love them. Not just Shen Wei and Zhao Yunlan, but in general, all of the characters I find very interesting. I find the team dynamics interesting. Everything happening in the show, I like. To me, the cases and whatever is happening, there seems to be some kind of background story going on, like with this purple hair guy that I don't know what's he doing or who he is. I think did they mention his name? I think they mentioned his name. If he was the same person who was, who had the two from the last episode working for him, they say his name. I just completely forgot. But I don't know. I feel like I'm still not completely, caught up with that story. Like I'm enjoying it, but I would say that so far, all of the cases and all of that to me is just an excuse to see my boys, to see the team. I just love them. Zhao Yunlan and Shen Wei, not only I love the characters, but also what a pair of guys. Like, best casting ever. I think I already said it, that to me, these are two probably of the most handsome guys that I've seen in all of the shows. Not that, or at least, let's be frank. There's not going to be unattractive people in any of these shows. I think they just don't have unattractive actors. They're just going to hire actors that are generally attractive. And all of the shows that I've seen have very attractive actors. But you know what? Sometimes you can recognize that they are attractive and they're good looking, but they just don't vibe with you. Like they are, yes, they look nice, but they're not my type. In the shows that I've seen so far, at least the Chinese shows, I've either been really attractive to a secondary character, like it happened with the Untamed and Word of Honor, or only one of the main characters, like it's happening with the Sleuth of Ming Dynasty. This one, I feel like they just hit the nail in the head in terms of the casting. I love them both. I think they're both so attractive. In terms of even the personality of the characters, I find Zhao Yunlan just... I love him. I love the fact that he's a disaster, but he's a capable disaster. It's not like he's useless. He's actually a very capable man, but he's also a disaster. He actually makes not great decisions when it comes to Shen Wei, or maybe in life in general, I'm guessing. I just love it. And I love this thing with Shen Wei that he's really trying to fit in with the rest of humanity. And for the most part, he seemed to succeed. Unless Zhao Yunlan is around. The moment Zhao Yunlan is around is where the moment everything happens. And that scene with the interrogation in the last episode, that was just... I love it. I appreciate it in so many levels. That moment where Shen Wei was talking with old Chu, and I don't remember what they are saying, but they're saying something about a hero, something like that. And suddenly Shen Wei turns his head and he's looking straight to Zhao Yunlan. And he says something like, cryptic and all of that. And then you realize that he's in an interrogation room and he's actually looking at a mirror from his perspective, but he's still looking straight at Zhao Yunlan. You know what that is? That is suspicious. That is very suspicious. Just the fact that he's acting completely normal, he's not nervous, he's completely fine, that is suspicious. But the fact that at any moment he decided to just start spewing some cryptic shit while looking at somebody that technically he shouldn't be supposed to watch because he couldn't, I love it. But you know what I love even more? Zhao Yunlan accepting that. Zhao Yunlan being whipped for him. And it's not that I feel that Zhao Yunlan suspects something is happening. Like, he's starting to connect the weird things that happen with Shen Wei. But he doesn't care. He asked Shen Wei, are you, involved in this? Are you guilty of this? Shen Wei said no. And he believed him. He said, you know what, you're free to go. But he wasn't free to go. He was actually going to take him along in an investigation. Even though Shen Wei is literally the most suspicious person around. He still, maybe he's a genius, and in that way, he thought, I'm going to keep him around, and make him believe that I believe him. So in that case, he can lower his, defenses or whatever, and maybe make a mistake and I can catch him. Maybe that's what he was thinking. I like to think that is, because Zhao Yunlan is a disaster. He's a disaster of a man. He sits like a disaster. He acts like a disaster. He's a complete disaster, the full package disaster. But he's also a very capable man. He's the boss. Obviously, he has a lot of qualities, and he's very intelligent. He can catch a lot of things. So I think he could be capable of coming out with this plan of thinking, I'm going to lure Shen Wei into a false sense of security and then catch him. But I think it's most likely that, in fact, he was actually horny. And that's why he wanted Shen Wei around. That might be my theory. I think he wanted to flirt with him. And that is also valid. I accept Zhao Yunlan for who he is. I accept Shen Wei for who he is. I love them both so damn much. I also think there's something like, I feel like they are pairing Little Guo with Old Chu a lot, so I'm feeling like that there might be something there as well. But I'm waiting to see. For now, it's just Old Guo. Old Guo. That's like the combination of his names. Old Chu just complaining and Little Guo just, being himself who we love. The other thing that I really like about the episode, the other thing that I find interesting about the episode, I should say, is the fact that at the end, we got a little bit of a tension between Zhao Yunlan and Shen Wei, or rather, Zhao Yunlan and Black Cloak Envoy. So, Shen Wei's other personality. And I feel like that is interesting, especially because so far we have been seeing, or I feel like they have been trying to maybe show that this matter of these people coming to Dixon and trying to live there is not really black and white, and it's not something that, you can just judge like that. And maybe it seems like Zhao Yunlan feels that is what happens with Black Cloak Envoy, that he takes whoever he has to take, he does his job, and that's it, which we know is not true. And I don't know, it's interesting. We also got a little bit more of the flashback with between Zhao Yunlan and Shen Wei, and we actually find out that we still don't know who that person with Shen Wei is. He looks like Zhao Yunlan, but we don't know Zhao Yunlan in what capacity he could be, if it's like a past life, which I don't think so, because I think reincarnation is something that they can't show in this type of shows. If it's, just a coincidence that, or an ancestor that happens to look like him, or some kind of time travel nonsense. I don't know. I don't know why Zhao Yunlan is there. I don't know who that person is supposed to be, but that person seems to be the one who gave Shen Wei his name. So that is very interesting. That is also very sweet. I'm still very curious about what's going on, what's happening. Why is that person, there in the past? Why do they look like Zhao Yunlan? So I don't know. I'm really curious to see what happens. Okay, so let's just go to the episode. In this case, the description of YouTube, it says Guardian. No, that's the name of the show. I am an idiot. Zhao Yunlan's investigation is blocked. Shen Wei helps him secretly. Does he do it secretly, or does he do it in a way that he thinks is secretly, but in fact, it's very suspicious? We don't know. We'll see. So let's just go to the episode. Let's see here. Let's go right now.